Test, 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 test. I always start out like that. I should probably change it up at some point. But hello to everybody that's clicking on later. I'm just waiting for people to show up. And it feels like I never stop now. That second show really did add a lot. But I was on some panels last night too, so that sometimes adds to what, feels like extra work or whatever. So as I wait for people to show up, please type in the chat if you can hear me. That would be super duper helpful. Man, I'm early today even. Ah, how you doing, buddy? I almost don't want to say that name. Yeah, but yeah, with the thought police, yeah, I get the sentiment for sure. Good morning. Oh, that's great. Thank you. Thank you for saying it. And so, yeah, I'm a little early, so it's gonna take people a little bit to get here. I mean, after yesterday, it's like, can these days get any weirder, I mean, it's like every time you think you can expect something, in this world, um, it's it's flipped, man. It's it seems like, like the better I try to be, right? The more disciplined I try to live, the better person I try to become, right? The more I'm hated, the more hate I get. You know what I mean? The more attacks I get, and it seems like the people that I'm really good to seem to flip on me. The people that, it's out of control. Not, hey AJM, good morning, buddy. I'm I mean, Jesus told us it was gonna be like this, right? Not to start off the day with like complaints or whatever, but I mean, we know the temperature of how the world is out there, and so that's no big surprise, right? But if there's a silver lining to any of it, right, is that Jesus told us it was going to be like this, right? And that the world was going to hate us and the world would be hostile towards us. And so, um, those things are coming true. And it's good confirmation that the Bible is true, right? But then, additionally, right, is that we're on the right side of the things to expect, right? Like, so it gives us good confirmation that we're doing the right thing, Hate is such a powerful word. You're right. I mean, but it's hard not to feel like America's most hated. You know what I mean? Hey, hey Sheila, how you doing? Hey, Mr. Gander. Hate speech. Yeah, I mean, isn't that crazy, man? Hate. Yes, I get it, and I have handled for getting kicked off YouTube for hate speech, and I never said anything not truthful. Hey, I mean, that's the way it is, It's just weird, right? I mean, I'm happy that like Jesus like told us that it was going to be like this, right? Like, I mean, at least we had a lot of forewarning, about it. But like, it's just weird how it's like I never could have pictured it coming true like this. I never could have pictured it coming true like this. Hey Faith, hey Sheila, hey Mr. Gender, AGM. Man, this is a good day already. Man, yesterday was wild, huh? Yesterday was wild. Hey Sasquatch. I mean, what's going on in this world, man? uh, I mean, like, so after yesterday's second show, I really wanted to study more about that reprobate mind, right? Which is something I hadn't heard in a while, and I've seen it in the Bible a few times, but like it's weird, like when you're not appointed to wrath or appointed to uh, those types of things, right? Your spirit just knows, like, I don't know how to really describe it, but you seem to gloss over those parts, right? But um, it was brought up yesterday. Can you sin too much and go and have a reprobate um, be given over to a reprobate mind? And yes, that's true. But I mean, a reprobate mind is something that's like you're calling, good evil and evil good, right? I mean, evil in your heart and mind continuously. It's a pretty it's a condition you can't confuse with just an evil person. I mean, this is like yeah, something crazy. I mean, like, horror movie. And so what does it say, man? This truck is going to get me. Oh yeah, you're doing okay, that's cool, man. You're building the truck, man. That's awesome, man. But anyway, so are you so you're working on a you're working on a truck? Did I cut out for a minute? Hey, Faith, you want to come up? It's up to you. We could just chat. We could just have a simple chat today. Kind of go easy today. I don't know, just yesterday kind of shook me a little bit. I don't know, man. It's just like there's some serious things I wanted to talk about. There's some things I kind of wanted to get to on an outline, but like, you know what? I'm all cool with changing it up. I don't even know if I could focus on all that today. I wouldn't even mind talking about trucks, man. Who wants to come talk about trucks, man? I don't even know today, man. This is so wild, man. I mean, is this even real? Like this stuff yesterday, man? I mean, is this like WWF wrestling, man? Is it even real? Like sometimes I just like I don't know, man. I haven't been this like mentally like you know uh I mean, I'm just like shocked by just how this YouTube, man, is just is it's insane. Here, let me get the link for you. And I mean, just with everything that happened yesterday, man. I mean, it sucks. I mean, I lost somebody I thought was like a buddy, man. And it's you know, and it sucks, man. It sucks because I'd like to just forget about that whole guy and channel and all that. Which I mean, I pretty much have, but I mean, the rest of the people still like to process that stuff. And man, I can't believe you're gonna build that truck, man, from the ground up. That's amazing, man. There's the link, Faith. I dropped it. Well, okay, so I'll say it like, Rowan, I guess, went over to Tony's and apologized to him or whatever and made up with him and talked about how, evil and crazy we are over here, or how evil and crazy I am. And it's just it's very odd, man. It's weird, man, to the point where I almost don't believe it. It's almost like WWF wrestling. It's that kind of, it's like the cartoon level of, yeah, I know, Sheila. Hey, it's funny to me too. But it's sad in the sense that, like, I'm sad for him, because I would hate to think of where he was at in his mind to be thinking that way. I don't know what kind of difficulties or pain or suffering or anything that he's going through. I don't. But it seems like a weird twist. But anyway, let me welcome Faith to the show. Hey, whoops. Hey, Faith, welcome to the show. How are you doing today?
Hi, Steve. Good morning.
I was just like going over all that craziness.
Oh, yeah, I know,
And
man.
I was hoping to like put it behind it, like just like start the show, like start talking about like salvation, or like, even go over like the reprobate mind stuff, from yesterday, since it came up. And
Right.
I think the fear was like when that question came up, this is the feeling I got, was that, can you get to a point where you've sinned so much, right, that you can't be saved, right? Like I got the sense that that's the way the question was kind of formed. And so, I mean, if someone was a reprobate, right, you would know it. Like you would be unable to accept God. Like you, your mind would be like calling good evil and evil good. I mean, it would be impossible to even come to that kind of decision. But then after that, right, after thinking about that question, right, I was thinking about like prophecy, end times, right? And there's this, the
That
Daniel
that
calendar.
was that
Go
was
ahead.
Rowan that asked that, right?
I know it. I know it. I know it. And see, like, I think now, right, like that, um, I guess he was asking those questions to try to, like, trap me in some kind of goofiness or whatever. And,
Yeah.
I mean, it's kind of like that. That's how like the Pharisees were, like
Yeah.
trap you in a word game, like, is it this
Yeah.
or is it that? And
Yeah,
just,
I was so dumbfounded when I heard Cool Dude talking about that. I was like, wait, what?
I
What?
didn't, I didn't
What are you
believe it
talking
really. I
about
woke up.
my guy?
I know. I woke up and I woke up and I woke up to messages on my phone. I was like, oh, no way, man, no way. You go to sleep for like, I don't know, it wasn't even a couple hours.
Yeah.
And then I wake up and there was messages. Oh, you got to hear what homeboy's saying over here or whatever. And I'm like, oh my god, man. And it was just like,
I was
you
about to go to
know,
sleep, and Cool Dude I saw he went live, and I was like, wait, okay, just real quick, I'll just say hey, and then I'll go to sleep. And then I heard what he was saying. I was like, wait, what?
I
No,
know.
I
It
had just
almost
started
didn't
like
sound
thinking he was
real.
cool.
I'm like, wow, like,
Man,
it's just, I don't know, man. I mean, what are you
hurts
gonna
though,
do?
doesn't it?
I mean, this is just okay. So it's like a microcosm of like the world, Like this is what the world is, right? Like, and YouTube is no different. It's probably even worse, right? In the YouTube community, right? That
Yeah,
the world is just, that's the way the world is, right? And like that
yeah.
kind of thing is probably celebrated, like, I mean,
So
this is how, people are going to assimilate, right, to where they behave like this all the time. And we're going to be the weird ones.
yeah, yeah, exactly.
You know what I
I'm
mean? And
already weird. You have to make me weirder.
I mean, it's just insane. It's just insane. And then I was like, well, I
That
was
yeah, but that blew me up. I was like, hold on, who the heck's talking about my guy? Like what? I
thank you. I
was like,
appreciate that.
no.
Well, then I was like, okay, so then I was like trying to like, forget it. After that question, I was like, okay, well, I'll get an answer to that question so I can at least round that out and clear it up.
Yeah.
And then so I started to like think about like prophecy, end times, and all that. And then like there's this really cool like calendar, um like this, like I guess they call it the Daniel calendar or something. It's like they take all the time periods from Daniel
Oh,
and Revelation. It's like, I don't know, like 15 different 18 different time periods, and they like make a calendar out of it. And it is so intricate, man. I wish that I could have like memorized what I saw right before I got came on here. But I'll tell you what, the God is not shallow in his he's very purposeful with what he does, you know? It is so complicated and so perfect. It's like I was very impressed with it, and so I want to learn more about that. I was hoping it would be simpler than that, so that I could just come on and talk about it.
I
But
just
I
wrote it
mean,
down.
well, it's like, like this is what's like, okay, so everything is um, on a timeline, right, to happen, right? This is like it's like all set up, right? Um,
Mhm.
the beginning, the beginning was created from the end. It's done, right? And so everything's on this like time period to happen. It's all going to happen at certain times, but of course, Satan like changed times and seasons and all this stuff, right, around the Bible and around that calendar to make it confusing, right? But the timeline and the calendar itself is perfect, So if you could figure out where you are, then I mean you could pretty much figure out how everything's going to happen all the way through. It would be just completely simple, But of course, there's a lot of mystery around it, like because like of like Satan changing like meanings of words and times and seasons and things like that. And so I just thought it was interesting because if we can kind of figure out where we are, then it's like pretty we'll know more about when Jesus is coming. I just know
Right.
that it's
I
soon.
agree.
you know
Yeah, I agree. And I get what you're saying, because like the Father made it pretty dang simple for us, but of
he
course
did.
Satan had to come through, and because we fell, um confused everything for us, which is our own fault, honestly, as sinners. But
Yeah,
you know,
I
the
guess it's
Father
like
still
it's like
I think He still wants to make it simple for us, but we got to seek it now.
Hey, Anti Venom, how you doing?
I can't see the chat. I'm so sorry.
It's
Hey
okay, I
guys.
can see it. Well, see, I gotta start paying attention to the chat, right? Because like,
The
um,
chat is so awesome. I
well,
love
like,
seeing you guys, and I can't see you guys. I'm so sorry today.
well, and it's like I gotta remember that like sometimes people will get like offended or hurt, right? If I ignore them when they come in, and I don't want that to happen, right? I want people to feel, especially when I care a lot deeply, and so like when people come in, I don't want anyone to feel bad ever, and so I don't want to miss anybody that's coming in.
No, I think you do a great job with your chat. There's a lot of chats that I'm on. Not a lot. It's not like I'm, you know, but that they don't really give a crap about their chat. They just talk and talk to their guests. But I think you
Yeah.
do a really great job with your chat and interacting with them, and I think they like that. That's why they come back.
Well, but like I get it too. Like it is tough to manage both because like not
Yeah.
only is it like not only is it like tough to keep up, right? But it's also on like a lag, right? So
Mhm.
like
Yeah.
I'll ask a question, right? And I won't get an answer for like 30 seconds. So like let's say I'm talking about like a story and then I
But then,
see a
yeah.
comment, like I might think that that's a they're answering something that I'm saying right then, but it's really from 30 seconds ago.
Right, or you'll ask a question and then you'll pause for an answer, but you'll have to move on because that awkward
Yeah.
silence. So I
Hey
get that.
BB, how you doing? Hey Richard. Hey Sasquatch. I did say hi to Sasquatch already. What's up, IE? I don't know how to pronounce that. A it just looks like it's AI, but oh, maybe it's supposed to be like a play on words AI. I don't know. Oh yeah, there's AI watching. That's funny. That's kind of funny.
AI watching. Yeah, you're right.
Yeah,
They are.
but he put one eye up in here. That's a little suspicious, man. I
Oh,
got my eye on you.
uh,
You know. But anyway, yeah. So, oh, don't do that. Oh, see, Sydney, she put okay. Anyway, she put in that the that her like a new name for me, like a nickname is Steve Wynn. Because people make fun of me for watching Arwen, which is kind of a low blow. Well, he used to have these fans, right? Or like these trolls slash fans, because some people that liked him did it too, where they would be like Darwin or
right.
Sip Win, all kinds of Benjamin Franklin or something like that. Like
Oh,
all kinds of and then he would get like mad, right? So then they had Rage Win, and he'd be sipping his tea, and they call him Sip Win, and it was kind of funny, like, but it made him mad. So I mean, it did kind of. I didn't like that, they were picking on him, um, but it was still funny, kind of. But anyway, so I don't know, man. It's just like, hey, Crafty, how you doing?
hey,
What?
Crafty.
Hey, Crafty, what do you think about yesterday? You had some wild moments over there too. I know. I know, man. Is this world like inside out or what?
It is.
You know? Cause like last night, right? Like I didn't really even like sleep that good last night. I was just like kind of awake thinking about it. Like, man, that sucks, man. Cause you work so hard to like, build somebody up and like really like I don't care if somebody's like the toughest dude or or like the most petite lady or vice versa, right? And I care for their heart, right? Like is it, what I mean? Like as if it's fragile, even if what I mean. And
Yeah.
I put a lot of effort into that, and then for someone to just to lose themselves, even if it's momentarily.
Like that was so crazy.
It's hard. It's hard.
I was like, yo, wait, what?
But you know what? You can't like. You know what? I like it. I like what Mr. Gunner's saying. You can't stop the Church of God. We gotta just like give praise to Jesus, right? Um, think about what He did for us. For our salvation. We gotta speak of God highly, right? And we gotta like try to reel in like the last few fish that are out there, the last few sheep, because it's we're coming up on the end, like we're coming up on the end, and Satan just wants to like occupy our time, waste our time, and there's just so much of that going on, especially in entertainment and music, and it seems like everything's about the devil on TV,
Yeah,
or on commercials or whatever.
ugh, it can be
Like, what have
so.
you been noticing? What have you been noticing? Like some of the stuff, like on like your clips and stuff, that like like things in the news or things on TV where you'll see like themes of stuff. Do you see anything that's been
I see everything.
interesting?
I see everything all the time. It's just right there. I don't watch TV.
Like,
Um,
where do you guys find these clips at? Like, is it just like you're looking at stuff like on YouTube and you see a good clip or something?
yeah, most of the time it's just a YouTube thing.
Yeah,
Uh, it'll be like someone else's channel that I don't necessarily subscribe to,
yeah.
and I'll just see a clip and I'll be like, "Yo, what?"
That's
uh,
crazy.
or
Yeah.
sometimes YouTube will just like be like, "Here, Faith, watch this," and I'll be like, "What is this crap?"
So what was
So
the first thing, like what was the first true thing that you like stumbled on? Was it like flat earth? Like was that like your first
yes.
taste of, and so like how did that happen for you? Explain how that happened for you.
Okay. How do I explain it? Okay, so everyone was talking about Donald Trump, Donald Trump. And so I was like looking into that, and then someone um that I was sub to had a thing about flat earth on their channel. And I was like, what the heck is this? And so I clicked on it and I watched it and I was like, huh? What? And I was like, because I always questioned in the first place that we were a spinning ball. I never actually really believed that. I thought it was all bullcrap. And so I clicked on it and I watched it, and then it led me to ODD TV.
Oh yeah, he had a good one, man, a good documentary.
Yeah, he had a lot, actually a few really, really good ones that I clicked on.
Mhm.
And then there was another one that he actually put into his links, and it had to do biblically with flat earth. So I clicked on that and I was like, okay, let me open my Bible and see if that actually clicks up. And it did. And I was like, okay, let me see what the Bible actually has to say about this. So that's
Right?
where I went with that. I was like, okay, I'm trusting the Bible other than what these
Me
people
neither,
say.
BB. Go ahead.
So yeah, I read a few scriptures in the Bible, and it's like, yeah, that actually makes more sense than a stupid spinning ball.
Yeah, I mean it's just
Yeah,
like
kind of took me.
that's the first thing I thought of when like when it was like official in my mind. I'm like, oh wow, man, that means that there's
Well,
no
see,
doubt the Bible's true.
I was homeschooled, so I never believed in evolution. I wasn't taught that. I was, however, taught that the ball was a sphere, that the earth was a sphere, but I was never taught the Big Bang theory or anything like that. So it just kind of like resonated in my mind kind of forever. Like, wait, if the earth is a ball, how are we on it?
Right? Yeah.
You know,
Well,
so that
yeah,
kind
if it's weird like if they don't explain gravity to you like like in a way that where you can understand it, like it doesn't make any sense at all, and like this is what got me right as a kid, right? I I,
BB,
I
I'm just saying that's where I started.
no, 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 yeah, yeah, don't worry about that, don't worry about that. We all got different uh reasons for believing about things about other people, and it's not a statement about you, it's just about that guy. And so I thought of it as like, okay, well, if every cell and every molecule or whatever is pulled to the center of the ball, right? Then yes, I understand how gravity works. We're all pulled equally to the center of the ball, right? But what
Mhm.
they don't go over a lot is that like the Earth isn't a rock, in their model. It's not a big round rock. It's a water ball with some crust on it, right? It's like 70% water, right? And then it's got well, on the surface, it's much more percentage of that of water if you add the rest of the water, but 70% of the surface. And then so it really wouldn't make very very much sense at all because the water, right, would have to make up the would part of the curve, which would mean that like, well, the water would have to make up the curve, right? And so between
Mhm.
here and Hawaii, right, there would have to be a mound of water miles high, a mound of water just sitting in the middle of, without like splashing or like, that's not how water is structurally. It's got loose bonds,
Right.
right? So it's not a brick.
Like I remember as a kid watching Bill Nye the Science Guy.
Yeah.
And I remember that episode about the boat, like, you know, going on the curve. And I was like, wait, like that's not right, because if you put it into perspective, there's no freaking curve. You just need to zoom in.
Right.
It's there's no freaking curve. It's the water is always level. Water always finds its level. How can it do that on a curved sphere?
And then what else they
What?
don't tell you, right, is that
Yeah.
like the boat goes down like an escalator, you know? It's like going down like in a like as if it's on like an escalator going down, right?
Yeah,
And if it was going over a mound of water or a mound of anything, you would see the ass end. Sorry about my language, but you'd see the ass end last, you know? It would be going
exactly.
over the hump, and you'd see the back of it last. It wouldn't just go down like, like it's going down an escalator at the mall, you know?
Yeah, yeah,
And so
exactly.
and so
But
it's easy
that's the
it's
reason
easy
why
to go ahead.
architects that's the reason why builders and architects use water in their levels, because
Yeah.
water always finds its level. It always finds straight.
Yeah, like
It always gets becomes straight. It always
the
finds its
ma-
level.
the majority
And
of things like
same thing same thing for the whole earth. Like the water always finds its level.
that's right.
And
Yeah,
like,
like
yeah,
it's like
when I line that up with biblical scripture, I'm like, yeah, there's no way we're on a spinning ball, a random spinning ball. That's just not impossible.
but
That's
it's
impossible.
like what's crazy is so like how did we believe that all the way until adults that like we only see one side of the moon and it like never turns around ever. We don't ever see the back of it at any point ever. Like we never noticed that. Like
Oh, I always question that, Steve.
see, I never even looked at the
Every time
sky
I
long
saw the
enough.
moon, yeah, every time I saw the moon, I'd be like, why is it always? Why can you see through it? I can see through the moon, Mom.
No, I didn't never noticed I could see through
I
it.
always question it. She hated me questioning. She's like, stop it, Faith, stop
But
it.
when they were talking
Because
about
but
like
she
when you were
didn't like me questioning it, because she believed so hard that we landed on the moon. And I would always ask her, "Hey mom, why does the moon look like a light? How could we land on a light?" And she'd be like, "Stop, Faith, stop."
yeah,
My mom got so annoyed with me.
that's
But it looks
crazy,
like a
man.
light. That's what it looks like. It looks like a
Well,
translucent light in the sky.
but like what's more interesting is why do people when they hear the truth they don't want to hear it?
Oh man, I don't
Like
know.
why do people say stop? Like I mean, but that's not just your mom; it's everybody, right? Like
That's
what? Like
my
what?
aunt too. My aunt did that to me too. And I was like, "Yo, Trump is a Jesuit, right? Stop it, Faith. Stop it." I was like,
Right?
he produced warp speed for the vaccines, right? Stop it, Faith. I don't want to talk to you anymore." I'm like, "Fine, bye." Like,
It's just
oh my
weird,
gosh, I'm
man.
just gonna wake you up.
Yeah, but it's like it's weird that people would rather be asleep, you know? Like
Yeah, like I don't know. I
like
can't
what
explain
do
it because
it is?
I
It's unexplainable. It's
yeah.
unexplainable. It doesn't make any sense, right? Because you're like, there's people I know that they're smart, they make sense, they're pretty like they're decent people, right? Like why when something gets to a point where they can't reconcile it being true anymore, do they say no, or like just don't want to hear it no more, or they come up with some crazy excuse to believe it. It's like why take that step instead of letting go of the old information you have that is no good and clinging on to the it's I think it's exciting to find out new stuff. Like I was
Yeah,
excited to tell people about flat earth, like wow, I can't wait to tell people.
like I was talking to my husband on Sunday about how Joel Osteen was on Larry King. Yeah, we had that
Oh, did
conversation.
he see did you show him the clip? Did he see
I
it?
did. He did not like it.
What did he say?
Oh man, he didn't like it. He held on to Joel so hard. And I was
Yeah.
like, "What are you doing? You're holding on to a man that is on Larry King, saying that there are multiple ways to heaven and there are not. You know it's a lie. What are you doing? And he got really upset. We got into a little bit of an argument. And then he came back and I was like, I can't, he said, I can't believe this. Was he really? And I said, I showed you the clip.
Yeah,
And
it's strange, isn't it? That like somebody
it
that
was
has
so
made like
hard. It was so
some,
hard for him. Just
yeah.
seeing it, it was so hard for him. And I was like, why? This is
See, that
man
breaks my
worship.
heart now.
If you're holding on to someone that doesn't give a crap about you, you're worshiping a man. Let it go.
Well,
And yeah, he got upset with me, but eventually he came back and we made up.
yeah,
It
but
was
like
cool
like
after a
so
little
like
bit, but it took him a
so like what
while.
so like when I was going over it with my friend the other day, right? I'm like, yeah, there's this symbol and that symbol, and this is from the devil, this is from the devil. He's like, well, then he goes, well, then everything is from the devil. And I said, yeah, yes,
Everything in this
you know,
world.
like duh, right? Like
Yeah.
to him is like so unbelievable. Like you're saying the whole world is like, yeah, it's messed up, man, huh? You know, but that
What
means we're
up, Eat Me
special.
the Police?
You know. Oh, so you know, oh, that's your friend.
Yeah.
Oh, okay, right on, right on. Welcome, welcome. I didn't recognize his name earlier when I said hi, but I get the sentiment for sure. They'll stop police because that's what they want to do. They want
Yep.
to control what you think, you know, and they're slowly being able to do it. Like they've gotten everyone to assimilate to
Oh,
like the way
BB,
things are
yeah.
now.
Oseen's wife literally said that I can't remember the pastor's name, but she shouted out some pastor, this black man, I can't remember his name, but him and his wife were going to do great damage to the kingdom of God. I was like, yo, what? And yeah, I've seen her doing the devil horns. Seen that.
Yeah, I don't think that was a. I don't think she misspoke, and that's what she meant
I
to
don't think
say.
she misspoke at all either. Oh my goodness, what is going on? I'm sorry. There's notifications coming in. I don't think she
Oh,
misspoke
you
at
mean
all. I think she purposefully said what she said.
is that backstage my over here or on your
No,
phone?
that's actually Facebook. I don't know.
Oh, okay.
I'm never
I
even
left
on.
that. I left that. I left that back door kind of open because I was thinking about maybe going over to Proverbs and stuff like that. But we just kind of switched it up to having this kind of conversation. And yeah, it makes the show kind of choppy or whatever. But it's like, you know what? I kind of needed a break from the outline today and to just have this, just to have a easy conversation today,
Yeah,
and
I
then
get it.
maybe.
That's kind of a downer, huh?
Well, it's not even a downer, right? Like it is a downer, right? I could get over things fast, and like everybody has an uphill climb, right? Right? We all have stuff to overcome, right? But all things considering, I'm doing pretty great always, right? And so I think about it like this, right?
Mhm.
There's children with cancer, right? That's a hard life, right? That's a downer, right? Like
Yeah.
what we go through on a daily basis in perspective, right? Is we're fortunate to have the lives and problems we have, right? Some of us have worse things to deal with, right? And I get it, right? But like to put it in perspective, right? There is always someone out there to help, or
Yeah.
to even if they're one step below, give them a hand up, And so I always think about it like that, like there's someone out there that probably needs my spirit to be high today,
Yeah,
and so
that's
it's not so much that it's not so much the it being a downer. It's just it. I do hurt for him. Yes, I do.
I agree.
But
I was pretty, I mean, yeah, last night I was pretty disappointed, but like yeah, today I just feel sad. Like it's like, oh man.
yeah. But see, here's the thing, right? We never know, like what like us talking about this scenario, right? As strange and as weird and as maybe disappointing as it is, right? Maybe like a conversation about it might like spark something in somebody new that's listening, right? And they get something out of it, right? And then who knows who they affect after that. And so I'm always mindful of that, right? You know? And so like, if I hold the door open for somebody at the say the coffee shop or whatever, and that person curses me out, right? Like,
Mhm.
there might be someone on the street that saw me hold that door open and that left a positive mark on that person, And so you
Yeah,
never know who you're affecting, right?
yeah. Very well said. I agree.
Oh, you mean Thought Police was talking about Kenneth Copeland. Yeah, that guy is scary.
Oh yeah.
That guy is scary. He not
Oh
only full of
man.
demons, but he looks like a demon.
He looks like a demon himself. Ugh.
I don't know how people could send him money. Like,
I don't know
he's a
either. Wait,
billionaire and he's
what?
weird looking. Like, not just weird looking, but scary looking as if he's evil.
Yeah, his eyes are weird.
Ooh, sorry.
And then with his shaky finger, like, okay, yeah, sometimes my hands are shaky too because
You
of too
said
much
the
coffee.
shaky finger.
Because of too much coffee, but like when he's pointing at that reporter, he's oh gosh, he
He's like
just looks.
Mr. Burns, huh? He's like Mr. Burns with a shaky finger. Simpson. He's
He's
like, you're
very
not gonna
scary.
ever talk about that. Put the camera down. Ooh,
But
now I'm
yeah,
thinking of like all like like mean old people with shaky fingers now. That's so horrible. Well, today's show is off the rails today. What are we doing?
I don't know. I'm sorry.
What are we this I'm sorry guys. This lacks the quality of show that I normally think that I'm doing. You know what I mean?
What's up, cool dude?
Oh my god, what a mess.
Yeah, when he said, oh, or she said, why did you say you don't want to be on a what was it? Eat me.
A
I want to
commercial
be
airline.
on a tube in a tube with demons. She's like, what were you talking about? Oh,
Because he
trapped.
was talking about like a commercial airliner, right?
Yeah,
Being on like
regular people. It's like, wait, what? No, you're just using your church's money. It's
but he
ugh.
got mad. He was like, "Don't ever say I said that."
I didn't call you demons, and you sound like a demon yourself. I was like, yo, look at his eyes. COVID be gone.
Ugh. I hope I'm not having sound
You
problems.
have me tripping sometimes, yo.
I can't
Then blows all over the.
after we're done.
I actually have that clip where he's like,
Oh my god.
yeah,
I just want to say to everybody that is like sitting through this train wreck, like that I love you guys for like being able to like being able to handle this. It is I was thrown off my game a little bit today, and you know what? I'm impressed that Faith is still up here, like taking this beating with me. Like that's some pretty good loyalty. I appreciate it. At least I'm not up here by myself, like with this show going off the rail. It's all my fault. Because I had like three or four things that I wanted to talk about, but it's like, man, what a crazy world we live in, man, where everything's just so inverted, man.
well, yeah, and we were kind of thrown off last night too, so it kind
It's
of
so
just
re-
resonated
so
this morning.
it's so harmful to people. Like
Yeah,
I don't think I could be a kid and grow up again.
yeah, I know.
Could you imagine?
No, yeah, but I mean, we're supposed to be like have like that kind of heart as a child, like, for the Lord, but it's
Innocent, yeah.
it's very hard. You find yourself
Man, we're
struggling
gonna
to.
have to throw in we're gonna have to throw on our armor, right? And just like get ready for war. This is what it's gonna be, you know?
Deb,
I
no, I don't think Joel did a show yet, Deb.
no, like
I think it's
he was sorry.
tonight. Is it tonight at 9, I think?
Oh, I didn't know that. Why didn't he tell me? I could have put it out. Joel's
Yeah,
having a
I
show
think
tonight at 9 what time?
I think he put it in your chat yesterday that it's gonna be tonight at 9. I'm not sure. I could be wrong.
Do you know what time zone he is?
I think he's
He's in
central like
Michigan.
me. I'll have to contact him on Discord.
So 9 p.m. or 9 a.m.?
PM.
9 p.m. Central Time. Check out Joel's stream. It's More Than a Flame with capital FLAM. More Than a Flame.
I'll double check with him on Discord.
Yeah. And it should be interesting because some of the stuff he showed me was really intriguing. Like, it was interesting. Like, if this were true, like it's like it has a grip. It grips you. It's exciting, kind of. There's
What
a
up,
lot to reconcile,
y'all?
but it's exciting.
It is really exciting.
Oh, she says Eastern Time. She said Eastern Time.
Oh, okay.
Okay. All right. All right. 9 o'clock
See?
Eastern Time.
Some
On
of
More Than a
Sometimes I'm
Flame channel.
wrong. None of us are
Yeah.
better than each other. We all need each other.
Yeah, that's right. No, you're right. I mean,
Thank you, Deb.
as long as we can agree, right, that the Bible is true, right? That's our foundation, right? And
Yeah,
that, faith in Jesus is how we get our salvation, right? And not that finding the truth isn't important. It is, right? But we got to stick with our commonalities while we do that, because
right.
as the world gets more and more hostile, we're going to need each other to protect each other. And
Definitely.
so that's going to be important. And and like, really support each other's work too. Like if people are putting other stuff out, like go check it out. And because I know that I get a lot of my news from BB's and Faith's channel, the clips and stuff. That's how I get informed about what's going on while I'm doing my Bible studies and stuff, right? And then there's other channels that do streaming, and like Paula's channel does good Bible studies, and then Shepherd's
Mhm.
Voice does a stream every now and then. And so if Joel does a stream about his timeline and Revelation, that's something to check out, right?
Yeah,
And
it's so
yeah,
interesting. Hey, Eat Me Thought Police. Yeah, check it out. I think you'll enjoy it, and hopefully I'll see you there.
what is he saying? A cool dude, a 50-year-old man blackmailing for money and lying about where he's from and places that he goes, saying that nobody's around. Well, yeah, it's what what
Yeah,
what can you do,
yeah,
man?
yeah. Check
He's
out
not the
BB Truth. BB Truth has a great channel. She's great.
absolutely. Yeah, I love it actually. It's one of my favorites.
Or Eat Me. You can check out BB Truth
Ugh,
and also BB Truth too. They're both great.
yeah,
I laugh every time I think.
yeah. Say his
They're
whole
really
name.
short, but they're so funny because they're
Yeah,
like, it's true.
it is. No, you're right. Absolutely. And like I like cool dudes streaming. I like how just cutting loose. I know that Sasquatch does streaming. It's a good way to cut loose, right? That's a good channel to
Yeah.
subscribe to. Sometimes he just goes on walks, and it's
Yeah,
just nature, which
walks
is
through
pretty
the woods.
cool.
I'm like, where are you? He's like, I'm
Yeah.
just walking through the woods. This is right where I live. I'm like, okay, cool.
And
Maybe one day when they let me live stream, I'll walk you guys to my lake.
yeah. Well, anyway, I'm gonna round out. Thank you guys for surviving this show with us, and I just want to say thank you to Faith for coming on today. And
Thank you for having me. I'm sorry
yeah,
it wasn't like scheduled
no,
like the way.
hey, it was my fault, so it's all good. And it actually wasn't a bad show. I actually enjoyed the conversation. It's just what like
I did
it still
too.
was. I wasn't on my game. But
I enjoyed it. It was good. I love you guys in the
hey,
chat. Proud beautiful.
Deb, let me
Hey.
email you afterwards, and let's talk
Okay.
about it after. All right. So I just want to say goodbye to everybody, and God bless you, and praise Jesus for His sacrifice and His grace, and
Amen.
pray for the kids. Thank you guys so much for joining us today. All right. Have a good day.